Students, good morning student. I Purnima welcome you to my class of English. And student, today I am going to teach you the book First Flight and poem number 6, that is Amanda. And so I am going to teach you Amanda, and children, here it is written by Robin Klein. The poet is Robin Klein. Now before doing the explanation of the poem, I will be telling you something about the poet Robert Klein, and then I would be like to discuss with you the background of the poem. Of course, I will be telling you the central idea and the message given by the poet, and finally the explanation part will be done along with the new words. So now I am going to start telling you about the poetess. So Robin Klein, she is a poetess of this poem, Robin McMoff Klein. So her full name is Robin McMoff Klein. Her full name is Robin Mac. This is pronounced as Mac, and Moff. So this is the full name of the poetess. Okay, Robin McMoff Klein. She was born on 20th February 1936. So she was born on 26th February. She was born on 28 February 1936. So she was born on 28 February 1936. Okay, and a student in New South Wales, and in New South Wales is near United Kingdom, and now children, she resides near Melbourne. She is living near Melbourne, which is in Australia. She has her first short story published at the age of 16. She was very talented. At the age of 16 only her story was published. Several of her books have been listed for CBCA Children's Book of the Year Award. Hating Alison Ashley, Hallway Across the Galaxy, Turn Left. These are some of the famous books written by her. And of course, The Boss of the Pool are some of her famous writings. So what she became famous by writing, children, Hating Alison Ashley. This is one of her most famous books. Then Hallway Across the Galaxy, Turn Left, and Boss of the Pool are some of her famous writing. Okay. Now children, I would like to tell you that what is the central idea of the poem. Now, the greatest wealth that a child wants to possess is his or her freedom. This is the 21st century, and there's a lot of change in the views of the generations today. Now the child wants to be free. He wanted to create his own idea. He wanted to make something by his own. Okay, he don't want that somebody else, even he don't want sometimes that the parents should interfere in his work. And they are quite capable. They are quite capable. So children, the greatest wealth, the message of the poem is that, the central idea of the poem is that the greatest wealth that a child wants to possess is his or her freedom, and the things that he or she never likes is the constant nagging, unwanted instructions, and even overprotection of the parents. So they don't want constant nagging by the teachers or the parents, unwanted instruction. And children, there are so many mamas are there who really overprotect their parent. They don't want overprotection of the parent. They don't like that every time the mother would be after their life, do this, do that, don't do this. So many do's and don't in their life by the parents. They did not prefer that. Now here the poet is telling about Amanda. She is a young girl. This poem is of Amanda, who is constantly controlled and instructed to do one thing or the other by her parents. So her problem is that the parents keep on nagging her. They always give on unwanted instructions to her, and even overprotection of the parents. Amanda is the story of a young girl who is constantly controlled and instructed to do one thing or the other by her parents. Every child wants to enjoy the dreamy and romantic world of his or her childhood. She doesn't want to cut this romantic and fascinating world of her short. Now, nowadays children are in stress and they have got their own dream world. Similarly, is the case of Amanda. Lot of over nagging and lot of student. So she every child want to enjoy the dreamy and romantic world of his or her childhood. She doesn't want to cut this romantic and fascinating world of her short. Any kind of instruction or interference curtails her freedom. She does not want any type of interference, any type of instruction which would curtail her freedom. She doesn't want to be denied chocolates and wants to sit and behave exactly as she wants. She would rather indulge in fantasy than clean her room or her shoes. So instead of the instruction by her parents to clean your room or clean shoes, the child would, who is the child here, Amanda, she would rather children indulge in fantasy than clean her room or her shoes. She wants to postpone growing up. She wants to remain a child for just a little bit longer. Okay, so style. In Amanda, each of the stanza is spoken by her mother follows the rhyme scheme. Okay, a particular rhyme scheme AA and BA is followed. Okay, and this I will be telling you again that what is her style. It would be more clear to you after we will do the reading and explanation of the poem. Okay. Amanda imagined herself as first as mermaid. So many things children she started imagining. Okay, and she did not want that her mother or her father should interfere in her. Now I would like to tell you about the background of the poem. So children, my first point is, okay, point wise I would like to tell you about the background of the poem. My first point is childhood, a period of fantasy. Period of childhood, a period of fantasies. Childhood is a period when children indulge in fantasies. Okay, what is the meaning of fantasies, children? Okay, it's imagination, make or creating something. Okay, childhood is a period of fantasies, but when they start growing up, their parents expect them to behave more responsibility. Children, when the children are small, parents don't interfere, but when the child grows up, lot of thing is expected by the parents, and here is the turning point in child life when they have to hear lot of do's and don'ts. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. And this is not liked by child. Parents start nagging and giving instruction at every step. At every step, when the child grows up, the instructions are given to them by their parents. Children don't want to be instructed and guided the way the parents want. Now children, in this present generation, children don't want to get instructed and guided the way their parents want. They feel that their freedom is being curtailed. So what does they feel? They feel that their freedom is being curtailed. If parents keep on nagging, their children escape to the dreamy world of fantasies. Now children, here it is very sad to say, when the constant interference of the parents will be there upon the child, these children, they escape to the dreamy world of fantasies. They don't want to come out of this fanciful world so early. This is also one of the message of the poem. Amanda is biting her nail. Now my second point is this was the first point, and second point is Amanda is biting her nails. Right? Amanda is biting her nails. Her mother asked her not to do so. When her mother, see, definitely children, parents also, they are not deliberately after the children. When they see that something wrong done by the child, then also the parent start teaching them. It is children from the parent side, they think it is their moral duty to children. It is their moral duty to teach them. So our mother, when she sees Amanda is chewing her nails, she's biting her nails, she instructs her not to chew or bite her nails, not to do so. Nor does the mother want that she should hunch her shoulders down. And children, when she she sits like that, like this, okay, then the mother, she feels bad, and she again instructs her not to hunch her shoulders down. She wants her to sit straight. Now the mother, she told that you have to improve your children position, the way you are sitting, it is not proper, and you have to sit with your backbones right, your body should be straight. She instructs the girl. She wants her to sit straight. Amanda seemed to be drooping her body towards one side. Her mother wants her to adopt a right posture and sit up straight. Okay. So now children, Amanda is biting her nails. Children, Amanda seems to be drooping her body towards one side. So whenever she sits, her body posture is not very good. She seems to be drooping her shoulder at one side. And children, her mother wants her to adopt a right posture and sit properly. So children, neither it is a mistake of a parent nor the mistake of a child. Parents cannot see that they are children, they are having forming bad habits, and while as the children, they don't like that they should be every time they should be nagged by the parents. Okay, now when the mother tells this thing to Amanda, Amanda doesn't bother. So our third point is Amanda this is our point number 3. First point, childhood a period of fantasies. Second point, Amanda is biting her nail. Third is Amanda does not bother. Okay. Amanda does not bother what her mother wants. She is lost in her dreamy world. She imagines as if she were in a quiet emerald island. There is no one there except her. There she moves around freely and blissfully like a mermaid. There she moves around freely and blissfully like a mermaid. Now children, when the mother is telling all this thing to Amanda, she doesn't like to hear all this instruction from her mother. She doesn't care what her mother is saying, and she is lost in her dreamy world. She imagined as if she were in a quiet emerald island. Now children, what is the meaning of emerald? Emerald color is green. It means children, she is there alone in an island which is surrounded by a greenish color water. Green color water. She imagined as if she were in a quiet emerald island. There is no one there except her. So children, there is no one there except her. There she moves around freely and blissfully like a mermaid. So children, she moves around freely and blissfully like a mermaid. Mother gives instruction. Now children, our fourth point is that mother gives instructions. Mother gives her instructions. Okay, so Amanda's mother asks if she has finished her homework. She asks if she has made her room tidy or not. Now, children, Amanda is just sitting idle and she is lost in her world, dreaming about the emerald colored island. And children, she feel as if she is a mermaid. She is imagine herself as mermaid who is moving freely and blissfully like a mermaid around the island. When mother sees that she is sitting idle, what she does, Amanda mother asks if she has finished her homework. She asks if she has made her room tidy or not. Amanda has not cleaned her shoes yet. Her mother has already asked her to clean her shoes. So three instructions she gets from her mother to whether she has completed her homework or not. If she has not completed, she should complete her homework. Then she should tidy her room and she should clean her shoes. Now, the worst thing now, Amanda did not like the instruction passed by her mother. And children, here Amanda is imagining something else. So, okay, so she prefers to be an orphan. Okay, Amanda does not want to be instructed at every step. She doesn't like that her mother instructing her at every step. She wants to lead her own kind of life. She prefers to be an orphan roaming aimlessly around the street. She wants to walk over the soft dust with her bare feet. So what she preferred, she wanted to lead her own life, and she crosses the limit. She preferred that it is better to be orphan rather than having parents. So she crossed the limit, this limit also, and what she is dreaming that she is a orphan and she is roaming aimlessly around the street. She wants to walk over the soft dust with her bare feet. So she want to enjoy the nature, children. She wanted to walk bare feet. She wanted her bare feet leave pattern or design on the dust. She want to lead a silent and peaceful life. So children, why she is dreaming? Because she don't want everybody or anybody to instruct her. She wanted to live a silent and peaceful life. She want to preserve her freedom. It is the sweetest thing to her in life. So children, she want to preserve her freedom. It is the sweetest thing in her life. No chocolate. Amanda's mother instruct her not to eat chocolate. She must remember that she has acne. Now children, Amanda, she is a girl, so no chocolates. Amanda mother instruct her not to eat chocolate. Because she is a girl and she had a problem of acne. She must remember that she has acne. Eating chocolates can create problems for her life. Amanda doesn't bother what her mother says. So Amanda doesn't care that what her mother really is saying to her. Now that she looks at her mother when she is giving her any instruction. She is so fed up with her mother that she doesn't even look at her mother who keeps on giving her instruction. The mother expects her to look towards her while she is speaking. Now children, again this is not like to, the mother, she always, mother always believed that Amanda should follow the instruction given to her. Amanda becomes Rapunzel. Okay, a very nice point. Now children, whenever the mother is giving instruction, she wanted Amanda looks at her, and here Amanda doesn't looks like her. Again she is fed up by her mother's instruction, and what does she dreams just now? She wanted to become a Rapunzel. Now it is a fairy tale. Rapunzel is a fairy tale, children, character. Okay, so Amanda becomes Rapunzel. So Amanda becomes Rapunzel. Okay. And the sixth is children, light is reflecting on the board, so I will be writing here. Once again, because the light is reflecting at here, this point here, so once again I will write the children 6 point. No chocolates. Okay, since I just described it, since she was having acne problem, mother instructed her that she should not have any chocolate, but she doesn't want to listen. Okay, and not only listen, she doesn't even bother what her mother is telling. She doesn't even look at her mother what she is want. Amanda becomes Rapunzel. Now this is the 7th point. Now this is a comic character, fairy tale character. Okay, Rapunzel. Again, Amanda doesn't care a bit what her mother says. She is again lost in her dreamy world. She imagined herself as Rapunzel living in a lonely tower. In that tower, life is free from all care. It is rare peace and tranquility that prevails there all the time. Now, children, she imagined herself as Rapunzel, and she is living in a lonely tower. There, very special, rare peace is there, and tranquility. Tranquility means peaceful, at peace, that prevails there all the time. She is proud of her beautiful hair as Rapunzel was. She will certainly never let down her bright hair like her. Now, children, if you know the story of Rapunzel, that she is inside inside the tower, and then the prince comes, children, what she does, she from the one of the window, she make her hair falls down. Prince climb with the help of her hair to the tower, and there they love each other, they like each other, and finally they got. Prince decided to marry her. He carried her in his horse, and they went to the palace with the permission of the parents. She is married. Mother finds her moody. Now, children, mother, she finds her moody. This is the last point. Mother finds her moody. Amanda mother asks her not to sulk or feel unhappy anymore. She feels that Amanda is always moody and keeps on behaving like that. She must stop sulking and feeling unhappy. Otherwise, people will think that Amanda is unhappy because her mother is always nagging at her. Amanda mother asks her not to sulk or feel unhappy anymore. She feels that Amanda is always moody and keeps on behaving like that. She must stop sulking and feeling unhappy. Otherwise, people will think that Amanda is unhappy because her mother is always nagging her. So, children, these were the important points and the background of the story. Now, children, I will discuss all the main points of the poem. The little girl Amanda is biting her nail. Her mother asks not to do it. Amanda is putting her shoulder down to one side. Her mother asked her to lift up her shoulders and adopt to the right posture. Amanda seems to be stooping on one side. Her mother asks her to sit up straight. Amanda doesn't bother what her mother says. She's lost in a world of dream and fantasy. She imagined herself as mermaid. She lives in a peaceful emerald sea all alone. She is moving all around freely and blissfully like a mermaid. Amanda's mother asked if she has finished her homework. She asked if she has made her room tidy and clean. Amanda's mother reminds her that she instructed her to clean her shoes and she hasn't done so. Amanda doesn't care a bit what her mother says to her. She is again in the world of dreams and fantasy. She prefers to be an orphan than leading such a life. She wants to roam around the street freely and aimlessly. She wants to walk on the soft dust with her bare feet. The pressing of the feet will create designs on the soft dust. She loves silence and freedom is a sweeter thing that she values in her life. Again, Amanda's mother stops her from eating chocolate. She must remember. So, she must remember what, children? She must remember that eating chocolate might cause her some problem. Her mother reminds her to observe good manners. She must not look the other way when her mother is speaking to her. Again, Amanda ignores her mother. She imagines herself as Rapunzel living in a tower where there is a reign of peace and tranquility. Amanda is proud of her beautiful hair and would not let them down like Rapunzel. Amanda's mother calls her moody. She asks her to stop being sulky and unhappy at once. If she remains unhappy, people will think that her mother has been nagging at her. Okay, so this is all about Amanda. Okay, now, so children, this is all about children Amanda. Okay, and first of all, children, the question is that few things which I would like to tell you. First of all, you should know the story of Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a beautiful fairy. She was constantly nagged by her mother. She would escape herself into a tower. She had beautiful golden hair. Amanda wanted to be Rapunzel as she wanted to live in a lonely tower away from the constant nagging of her mother. Now, children, Amanda's value freedom. Okay, so she always she's always children give values to freedom as the greatest virtue in this world. She hates to receive instruction from her mother. She wants to lead her own kind of life. She hates to be asked what to do and what not to. Okay, now children, at last the mother is telling her that she is a moody and she tell her not to be sulking and moody. So yes, Amanda seemed to be sulking and moody, children. This is true. She seems to be sulking because she is not happy with the way her mother nags her constantly. She is moody because she is always lost in her own world of dream and fancies. Okay, so why does Amanda, children, she is always, Amanda feel that she is controlled and instructed by her mother always. Okay, she doesn't want to be curtailed. She wants to lead her own kind of life. She feels that her freedom is curtailed. She doesn't bother to answer her mother when she goes on instructing her. In fact, she doesn't want to look at her mother because and here the mother wants whenever she is speaking to Amanda, she should look at her. Okay. Now, children, the fact is that Amanda is a teenager. Like all teenagers, she loves freedom. She wants to lead her own kind of life. So, children, this was the reason that why Amanda wanted to escape from the instruction given by her mother. She doesn't want to be an overprotected child, nor does she wanted her parents should control and guide her activities. What she should do and what not is her own choice. She should not be dictated by her mother. Mother constant nagging leads her away to her. She leads her away from her. She creates a world of her own. Her word is not the word of harsh realities, but it is an imaginary world of fantasies and fairies and mermaid. Okay. She wanted to, in the world of fantasy, she wanted to enjoy her freedom by roaming around in the street like an orphan. She cares for living lonely life in a tower, leading a very peaceful life like Rapunzel. So children, this is all about Amanda. So children, Amanda She is just to escape from the instruction given by the by her mother. Children, she is dreaming about her freedom, and that is why, children, she want to escape, okay, by uh, from the instruction and nagging by her parents. Okay, so what she do, children, she imagined about the dreaming world. Okay, she imagined herself as a mermaid in Stranger 2, an orphan in Stranger 4, and finally a Rapunzel in the 6th Stranger. Okay, and the whole poem is narrated, the speaker is Amanda only. Okay, so a very beautiful poem, that what does the present generation want, especially the teenager children. They don't want that they should be interfered by their parents. So with this, children, I finish the background of the poem and what the message and the centrality of the poem. In my next video, I will be telling you, I will be explaining you about the poem. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.